Teens and young adults performing extreme, watch this guy. Oh, doesn't look like he got that hurt, but they're performing these jackass-type stunts. Are they pushing the envelope and taking Daredevil to a new level? Or are these kids just doing stupid acts that put their lives in unnecessary danger?
Because they do wind up on places like YouTube and people watch them. Let's join right now Mike Gaboff. He's a stunt performer and co-owner of the group We Play Crazy at WePlayCrazy.com, and Sandy Rios, Fox News contributor and president of the Culture Campaign as well. Over this way, Mike.
Okay, cool.
All right, Mike, we've been looking at some of your work over the last 90 minutes or so. People might look at it and say, why is he doing that stuff? He's going to kill himself.
Yeah, you know, they don't know the preparation I take to these stunts. So, like, everyone sees, like, a stunt, and they're like, oh, look at this stupid kid.
Like this one where you're on fire.
Is this you?
Yeah, that's you. You jump into
Look how perfect that was. See, I landed in the water. You know, I'm fine. I get up.
Yeah, but
Mike,
what about...
you were on fire, though.
Yep.
Yeah. And what about the kid who tries this at home?
Look at the stump pad. I go in the stump pad and the baby pool right next to it, so it's all preparated.
But, Mike, what about the kid at home who says, hey, I'm going to light myself on fire just like Mike Gaboff did, and then the baby pool, like, suddenly isn't there?
You know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen either way, so I have no sympathy for those kind of kids, you know, that do things on their own, you know, because Jackass already hit the airwaves.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to do this no matter what.
Well, Sandy Rios joining us right now from Chicago. Sandy, you got a problem with what Mike's doing?
I do have a problem with what Mike's doing. You know, I was just thinking, I bet Mike drives a really nice car because he probably makes some good money doing this. And would he enjoy filming, you know, wrecking his brand new car or taking a sledgehammer? He has a young, beautiful, new body, 21 as I understand.
20.
And they're filming every time they wreck his body or do something to it, they're filming. They're zooming in on the blood. They're describing it. There is more here than a well-executed stunt. There is something about the smell of injury and the enjoyment of the voyeurism of injury that's the part that bothers me.
Okay, but Sandy, let me ask you this, because I know one of Mike's arguments is that, hey, NASCAR drivers also have that sense of thrill that they need, you know, to somehow crave and satisfy, and they get injured too.
Yes, but see, to me, there's a very fine difference, Gretchen. It's one thing to train and execute a stunt, whether you're, you know, a NASCAR driver or whatever dangerous sport someone might engage in, and to watch somebody pull that off. It's very different to take the camera and zoom in on the injury and describe the bones and to enjoy watching somebody be hurt. And that's what Mike and his friends are doing. And I think that's very different.
And Sandy, in fact, we're looking at this vending machine.
That was bad. That hurt. That hurt a lot.
You fell on your face.
Actually, I have a Band-Aid on my face because of that. I'm not trying to be like Nelly, just to let everyone know.
You wound up with $12,000 worth of facial damage from this thing. Here's a problem, Mike, a lot of people have. Their kids watch that, and they think, oh, that's so funny, I'm going to do something like that, and they wind up getting hurt.
Yeah, but it's already out. You know, it's on TV. People know about it. So whether I do stunts or not, people know about it, so it's going to be done. So we can sit here, you know, talk about, like, you know, why I'm doing this and kids that are going to, you know, the stunts I do affect kids.
But you're doing it to become famous, aren't you?
No, of course not. That's that's all over the press. You know, Bill O'Reilly's been saying it from the O'Reilly Factor. It's completely false. I don't know who came up with that rumor.
Okay, so you're
speaking for myself.
You're doing it because?
I do it for the adrenaline rush.
Just like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sandy?
You know,
I do it for the adrenaline rush.
Mike, what is the adrenaline rush when the camera zooms in and you describe and show the blood coming out of your nose? That's adrenaline?
I can't describe it. When I was on top of that crane, looking down at this stump pad, I can't describe in words how it felt.
Mike and Sandy?
There was a kid in Dallas
You guys keep your argument going into the break. We got to go.
Dead.
I can't describe it.
You're like...
Meanwhile, we still have it going. Mike Gaboff and Sandy Rios, where we're talking about...
And George Lopez.
Come on.
He's going to get in the mix.
Surprise me with a camera. Relax.
That's right. Hey, Sandy, let's start with you. You were trying to make a point before that pesky commercial interrupted us.
Well, I was just saying that Mike's life is precious, and just as he wouldn't take a sledgehammer to his new car, he shouldn't take one to his body. But more importantly than that, Steve, the point I would really like to leave people with this morning, when a NASCAR racer, you know, has an accident, he is trained, he executes those moves, and it's fascinating to watch him succeed. But it's not fascinating to see the camera zoom in on him when the car flips over and his body starts burning. That's what these kids are doing. They're capturing the voyeuristic, dangerous bloodlust that happens when people enjoy watching injury.
I'm not about getting hurt. I like it better when I do a successful stunt. You know, just to put that out there for you.
Well, you know, I think the fact that you were wearing a sport coat when you were on fire might have thrown. I saw that. Do you think I saw that?
Yeah.
It's like a nice tailored sport coat.
Well, you know, I wear a
My
fire
dad said
suit.
I could light this on fire.
Time to get rid of it. Hey, George, now you were saying in the commercial break, as a kid, you did some
Yes.
crazy stunts, but
We-
you just didn't video them.
We jumped trash cans and we did jump creeks and jumped
Right.
from off the house onto
You
into
did?
the pool.
Sure.
You know,
Were you running from something?
obviously we were running from our past. But you know, we did a lot of crazy stuff back there. There wasn't video cameras. You just had to say to somebody, "Hey, man, George jumped off a house."
Do you respect Mike for what he's doing, or do you think it's a bad example?
Well, I understand what he's doing. I understand what the adrenaline is.
Shake my hand.
I understand
Thank you
that.
very
You know,
much.
I have a daughter that's 11. Do I want her to light herself on fire at a Hillary Duff concert? No.
Very
she's not
important
trained,
point.
you know.
She's not trained to
Yeah.
do that. She's not a professional.
I don't like watching people get hurt.
Sandy, we'll give you the final
actually-
word.
Yeah, that's a very good point, George. I bet when you were a kid, your mother said, don't do that. See, that's what parents are for, is to tell their kids and teach them not to hurt themselves. I wonder where Mike's parents are.
They tried.
If I
They
were his
tried to
mother, he'd
teach
have
me.
to take that video over my dead body.
I'm over
not
18.
his.
I'm over 18. I can do things on my own. You know?
Yeah,
they
but
tried.
Mike, you
they
started
tried
this
and
10
they
years
failed.
ago. But Mike, your body is precious. Your life is precious. Don't do this to yourself. You're going to die. One of your brothers, if your brother were injured
Is that a threat?
and carried off in a body bag, would you film it and would you be happy or will you be sorry that you did this?
Of course I'll be sorry. You know, I don't like watching
Well, then
bad things
stop
happen,
now.
but
All right.
it's the rush.
Your
it's
life
the
is
rush I
precious,
get.
Mike,
I can't
in the
explain
middle
it.
of all this.
I can't
You
explain
should go
it
into
on
Hollywood,
camera.
be a trained stunt man,
I
and then
might.
beat
I-
George's
You should.
double.
That's right.
All right.
You should be my double.
Maybe. You know?
Sandy Rios and Mike Gaboff, we thank you very much for joining
You're
us live.
welcome.
And George Lopez, you're still on the hook. We're going to talk to you in a
All right,
couple of
good. I'm going to go run around outside. And
No, you're
jump
not.
off a
No,
car.
you're not. You got to stay right here. We need
All
you
right.
at least.
Also,
for a
coming
half
up
hour.
straight ahead on our final hour of Fox and Friends for this Wednesday, Ben Stein.